Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset, episode 56. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you love playing Destiny as much as we do, you're in the right place. This reset, we're building Destiny Mega Blocks, a sub-clan is on the way, and it's time to talk Tilt with Bones from Crucible Radio. Hello, Guardians, and welcome. This is Arrow Knight, and here with me, as always, Cyborg Sasquatch. How you doing, man?
Hey there, ho there, Arrow neighbor.
Hey there, buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'm great. It was my first full week back to work this week, back to real life.
Back to the grind.
2 vacations a month. Nope, not anymore.
Nope. Well, good. Well, I'm sure you got a little bit of playtime in, right?
Yeah. We'll talk about it reset. I ran in circles.
For us, it is Saturday night, so the weekend is when we really get to do a lot, but it's still early in the weekend for us, so we're going to play a lot after this show.
We're not going to bed.
No. Well, let's jump right in to my geography lesson of the week. You ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's do it.
Always ready.
My geography lesson of the week is the part of the show where you can email or tweet to Destiny Reset. Tell us where you're from, what's so special about that place, and we can feature you right at the top of the show. Don't forget to tell me your favorite class in Destiny so we can continue the relentless class wars and rage within. All right, the first one is from Mr. Dreadnought from Nashville, Tennessee. He writes, "Hey Derp fam, Dreadnought 78 here. I am exclusive to the Xbox Uno, and I play mostly Titan, but I have a Hunter as well I play on. My Warlock needs some love, though. Sorry, Cyborg. I forgive you. As long as you know what you're doing wrong. I wanted to tell you about the city I live in, which is Nashville, Tennessee. I grew up in Alabama, home of the 6-time national champion University of Alabama. Roll Tide. But have lived around Nashville since 2003, and I love it." Can't believe he just made me say that. Of course, when you think of Nashville, you think of country music. Well, you would be right. But there's a lot more to the city. We have a great museum called the Frist Center for the Visual Arts, along with some awesome sculptures around the city. One is called Musica, where there are men and women dancing around in the nude. It's right before you get to Music Row, where all the record labels have offices, and also the songwriter houses are out. Nashville is also known for Nashville hot chicken. Hattie B's is a personal favorite, as well as the great food trucks like the Grilled Cheesery. That sounds good. Nashville is also home to the Tennessee Titans and the Nashville Predators. Nashville is always in the top 5 for 4th of July fireworks and New Year's Eve celebrations. Also, there's the beautiful Gaylord Opryland Hotel and water parks like Nashville Shores. Now, for the country music lover, you know about the Grand Ole Opry and the annual CMA Fest. There's also the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which does a tour of the famous Studio B, where Elvis recorded the majority of his songs. Definitely recommended. A trip to Nashville would not be complete without visiting the honky tonks on Broadway streets like Tootsie's, Robert's Western World, and Honky Tonk Central. Even though we have country music stars that live here, recently other famous musicians are also calling Nashville home. Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down have lived here for a while. Recently, Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, and Justin Timberlake is buying a place here in Nashville. As you can tell, there is a lot more to Nashville than country music. It is truly the music city of the United States and maybe the world. Thanks for taking the time, and please make sure you stop by Nashville on your Derp Fam World Tour. Love the podcast and the community that has been created. Thank you, Arrow and Cyborg and all the admins and ambassadors for all that you do. Derp Fam, you are all awesome. Dreadnought 78. Well, thank you. I actually would love to visit Nashville, but I've never been able to make it out there.
It's not too far from me, man. I have been there many times.
Nice.
Yep.
You like it there?
Yeah, it's really neat. We've been there and stayed a night and checked out several of those things.
Yeah.
So,
I've been some other places. I've been to like Pigeon Forge and Chattanooga and some other places in Tennessee. I just haven't made it to Nashville. One day on the Dirt Fam World Tour.
Well, Dreadnought likes to crash your stream too. I don't know if he stopped by your stream before, but he's like Burning Wing. He will. If you stream, he will be there.
I know. He's always there. Every time I pop up, he must get notifications. He's like, oh, I'm there. Come to hang out. He's a great guy. Thank you for being a part of the clan.
Yep.
What else we got going on, man?
What do we have? We have something very exciting.
Oh, yeah. We've got a new sub-clan up for vote this week. I think by the time our listeners hear this show, it will be decided because we gave them till Monday.
Yes.
But guess who's in the lead right now?
I am excited for you. I'm excited for you.
Look, every time we decide we need a new sub-clan name, we talk amongst the yellows and say, all right, what 3 do you think we should offer this time? And every single time, I've thrown Osiris out there. And every single time, it's been shut down. And I said, all right, guys, this is the last time. I will concede to these names, but I swear to God, if Osiris isn't an option, I'm going to lose my mind.
It's really weird, too, because like I actually would like to have Osiris as an option. And it's like none of us like ever, I don't think we ever said no. I really think what it is somehow since you're a warlock, you've like twisted our brains into not allowing it so that we would no doubt 110% make it happen by the third subclan.
That's a great conspiracy theory.
But it's not true, is it?
You need to put on your tinfoil hat, my friend.
No, but I actually, we were joking around. Osiris would even tempt me, man. But, I know.
It's
the old trials temptation there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come to the dark side.
We will announce it via Twitter and the B.net group and all that good stuff. And, of course, on next week's show, guys.
And all you guys who need a clan tag, you will be taken care of very quickly. We guarantee that.
Yeah, and we do apologize if there's a bit of an overlap. We used to be able to have 200 of the Dirt Fam in each subclan, and as of some recent changes, some of these last patches and updates and stuff, we can only have 100. So that's why there's a bit of an overlap.
We don't know if this is a bug. We're awaiting response from those in charge, but so this is how we'll deal with it for now. It's all good.
Too many subclans isn't a problem. It works. We can fill that, hopefully, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, Throwback Raid Week is this week, guys. We told you about it a couple episodes ago. It is the first Thursday of the month to the second Thursday of the month.
That's right.
We're doing it every month. Basically, if you want to go run the old raids, you need to chime in, find a fire team. If you have questions, you can message Vanquished in Discord.
That's right. He put this together for us. And if you haven't gotten a Vault of Glass run or even Crota's Inn, this is a excellent opportunity to do so with some other newbies and also some veterans that can show you the ropes and help you along the way. If you have never done a raid, this is an awesome opportunity.
Yes.
I would recommend if you've never done one, you need to start with the Vault of Glass.
Yes. Couldn't agree more.
Definitely the definitive raid experience from day one. Ton of fun and really interesting if you've never done that.
And if you want to, if you do need to message Vanquish any questions or trying to meet up with some of the Dirt Fam, it's VANQUISHD on Discord. So there you go.
Vanquish with no E.
Yes. You got it.
So, Arrow, how was your reset?
Well, dude, I do not have anything exciting to tell you.
Let me rephrase this. How was your patrol?
You are spot on. I think I played a couple Crucible matches. But yes, I have spent probably about 2 or 3 different play sessions running in circles on the moon, trying to get my exotic sword mats, and I am still at 7 of 10.
Man.
I know nothing exciting to talk about here. I did not realize. I do know now why I only had 2 of 10, because I went and started it and realized the grind was worse than the Warsat patrol grind back in the day. Wasn't that what it was? Was it for Warsats? For one of the events or one
The
of
one
the things?
for Sleeper
forget what-
Simulant.
Yes, right. Yep. It is about 100 times worse than that.
Yeah, it takes
is
a long
painful.
time, and it's totally RNG. I mean, I've known people that did it in an hour.
It's insane.
Yeah, I have 2 out of 10 for that sword for the Raise Lighter right now.
I'm glad that this was the only time we saw a grind for a weapon in the game this fierce.
Yeah,
Because this is rough, but I got to get that Moments of Triumph. Next up is, all I have left is War Priest challenge.
got to
Or
get it, bro.
hardcore challenge, yes.
You
So,
can do
next
it. I
time
believe
it's
in
up.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I think this week, wasn't it Works checkpoint?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So as this
So,
goes live, I need to be planning
get it
my
done.
team.
Yep.
Message me, guys, please.
Hey, you had guys that said
I did,
already
I
they
did.
will
I did.
backpack you and then let you go. All you got to do is a checkpoint.
Yep, Slarty was gonna give me the Manny treatment that I got on Xbox because I thought I had completed that, but it was on Xbox. And there was several groups of Derp fam that offered the last time it was up. I just was in between planning for vacations, so it's gonna happen, Cyborg. I'm gonna
No
do it.
excuses this time.
I'm gonna do it. I
All
have to
right.
do it.
Good.
What about you, man? What'd you do?
Yeah, kind of a mixed bag this week. I Monday, which was the end of Iron Banner, I got some great stuff to drop. I got I hit level 25 on Future War Cult that I just switched to. And so I got
Very
the
nice.
quest for my exotic class item for my Warlock. That's the only one I didn't have for my Warlocks.
Nice. Man.
And on that level 25 package, I got the year 2 Future War Cult ship, which is
Very
really
cool.
pretty. And
Is
then
that the one? That's the one that I want. Does it have the lights on it? Is that the one with
it's like the same.
or like the shimmering look to it, like on the? Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I don't know if it shimmers, but it's
Is it the same as the Iron Banner one? Like
yes,
that's the
it's
one.
the
Then.
same one.
They had it in the reveal stream of the Taken King.
Oh,
didn't
really?
they? One of the reveal
Okay.
streams. And
Yeah,
I was-
so I got that. It's really pretty. Then I went and played some more Iron Banner just to help some of the fam and play some more. And I got
Don't you say
Herbridian
it.
Thought Crime,
no,
which is the Iron Banner one that I've never been able to get to drop. So I got 2 of that same archetype of ship dropping the same night within like an hour.
I'm pumped for you, man.
I was super happy. I've been just swapping back and forth between them, showing them off.
That's awesome.
So that was fun. And wrapped up Iron Banner, got my Nerwins that I was talking about. Played with it once, decided I didn't like it, and put it in the vault.
I have a really good roll on a Nerwins that I still haven't leveled up.
The roll is fine. I think I'm too used to the Hawksaw now.
Or the old Nerwins we used to have.
Yeah,
so
or old
the new one
Nerwins,
is-
and it's just a little bit slower than what I want. And the stability is not the same, so it has like a different bloom to it, I guess. So I just decided not to use that.
Put it back up. So did we talk about Iron Banner on the last episode? I can't remember for sure when we recorded.
Yeah,
We
I
did.
think we
Okay, because I
were,
couldn't. I made it to like level 3 or 4. I didn't get up to level 5 and pick any of the weapons up. But I couldn't remember how much of that we got to
we
talk
were
about.
kind of midway through it last
Yeah.
week.
Yeah,
Just kind of another general Iron Banner. Wasn't
Just
too
the
bad.
usual.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the usual.
It's like if they don't have exactly the gun you want with the exact roll, then I don't know. You're going for random loot, maybe. I kind of
Right.
wish we could get. It would make it so much more interesting, and we've talked about this. It would flood the Guardians with all kinds of random weapons. But if we could get the other weapons to drop as in-game rewards instead of what the vendor has.
Yeah,
That would
they
be
just kind of changed that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I used to like the opportunity to get some other stuff that had been around before.
Yeah, it just seems like it's like, okay, I don't want the ones he has at the vendor, but if I play Iron Banner, I could get the other ones.
Yeah.
That's just a good motivator.
Bring it back, Bungo.
Bring it back. Keep the drops the way they are, though. We don't want the
Yep.
drops to go back.
So another night I got on and I said, okay, I'm gonna start chipping away doing some of these heroic strikes for this exotic class item. I got 2 strikes in. I was at the end very into my second one,
Uh-oh.
and I got booted.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you did what I did and didn't have one of the things on.
No, I had the stuff on, but I got booted out, and that just rubbed me the wrong way, so I turned it off.
Yes, that'll do that, man.
10 or 15 minutes into a strike and getting booted is not a fun experience, especially when you need the completion. You know, like, I'm not going to stay on and have this happen again. So.
Let's go watch an episode of something and fall asleep.
Yep. So did that. Played a little Crucible. I did a little trials this weekend. I don't think you've gotten in any trials yet, huh?
No trials.
No
so we
Base
might have
Island?
to touch on 2 maps next week.
Played with my good
You
buddy,
like Asylum,
Them's
right?
Tattoos. Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
nice.
He came on over Xbox and played with another member of the fam I hadn't played with before, Chuck Likes Pizza.
Nice.
And we had a good time. Our first card didn't work out. We got another. I only had enough coins to buy the first 2 boons. So I was 1 game behind, and we got to what was their 8th win. So I think that was for the Lighthouse. Yep. 9th game, and absolutely got the crap stomped out of us.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, we could not respond. I think we won 1 round out of those.
Those are so tough, dude.
yeah.
It's like the thing we noticed the most is like if you can't identify it within the first 2 rounds that it's a
just took it
really
off.
good team, it's like crap.
Yeah, it was tough. So yeah, that blew that card for us. But I still had a really
It
good
wins.
time playing with those guys. You know, Them's Tattoos is always a really good player. He had some awesome 1v3s that he pulled off that I'll just admire every time he does it, because I can't do that. Really enjoyed playing with Chuck. He made me realize how poor my call out game is. Because if he was down, he was doing very detailed and explicit call outs that
Nice.
were extremely useful. And I'd be like, he's to your left above you, you know?
Yeah.
And his were like using very specific, map related terms. Like, you know what? I really need to work on this. So
There's such an art to it. Very
Yeah.
few words and very specific.
yeah, and I think
Right.
I think a lot of it comes from people that play a lot of sweaties, and that community, they get really good at the call outs. But it's something I wanna improve, and he helped me realize that. So I thank him for that.
I don't know if you saw his post in Discord today. Did you see it? He took a picture of the two Destiny Mega Blocks, that are out, the Hunter and the Warlock, and I think he said his kiddo looked at him and he asked which one he should get, and she was, I think she was disinterested because there wasn't a Titan.
Oh, I did see that.
Thought it
yeah.
was hilarious.
That was funny.
Oh man,
That was awesome.
yeah. Speaking of, dude, I don't know. Do we want to save that for the news? We kind of wanted to talk
Let's
about
talk
the Mega
about
Block.
Mega Blocks, bro.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I almost
Yeah.
forgot about that. So I got some Mega Blocks in that I ordered this week. Destiny Collector's Mega Blocks, and the ones I got in were the Atheon set.
I now have Atheon because of your picture.
Dude, it's
I
so
had to
great.
get him.
Did you put it together?
Not yet, dude. I haven't I got mine my first one 2 weeks ago. The Titan and the ship, the little. Oh man, what are those things called that the Guardians actually set in?
Sparrow?
No. It's like the gun.
Oh, is it a
that you
turret?
use on the Mars strike.
Oh, the
those things
Cabal
called?
Interceptor?
Yeah, the Interceptor.
Oh, I didn't know you got that one. Okay.
Yeah, because it's the only one that had the Titan, the blue Titan.
Gotcha.
So that's the first one I got. I still haven't put any of them together, dude. But I'm waiting for that moment to put those together, because now I have Atheon because of you. I have that one. I have the 2 little figurines, and then I have the 2 Sparrow ones that are on their way. when
Wow,
those
you
come
went
out.
all out.
I know, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
so
What'd you get? What's the other one you got?
I ordered one of the Sparrows, the one
Okay,
with
cool.
the Warlock, of course.
Yes.
So the Warlock that comes with Atheon, I had to get this because he's got full out New Monarchy regalia,
nice.
and he's got a pretty cool little ghost, and he's got Praedyth's Revenge as his
Oh, yep.
accessory. Man, it's great.
Yep.
So let me get real nerdy for a minute here. And when I
Please
was
do.
talking about this in Discord, somebody had brought up the blocks, and I was like, well, actually, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, I just thought they were cool.
Who is this guy?
So here's the thing, though. I want to give a little bit of a product review, first of all, okay? So, 15 years ago, Mega Bloks, what I knew were just kind of like crappy knockoff Legos, right? When I was a kid. Nobody bought Mega Bloks. Well, first off, I want to say their build quality is really improved. Mega Bloks always had this weird plastic that they used that felt really tacky and thin and cheap compared to Legos, because I was a really big Lego guy when I was a kid. So their plastic is a lot better now. And their machining on the plastic and the pieces is a lot more precise than their old pieces, meaning they fit together better, which was a problem that I had with old Mega Bloks. But overall, these sets, I would not call them block sets. They're more like a buildable model.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, the level of detail is really impressive, and I think if Lego had done this, they don't do this. They don't do this level of detail and commitment to the actual model of the characters. It's more Lego-y, if that makes any more sense.
I guess that kind of goes to show Bungie was a little strategic with it then.
They made a good choice.
Yeah.
The figurine has like multiple points of articulation. It's really detailed. It can hold stuff. I'm really impressed with it overall, and that's why I wanted to bring them up. The set, the Atheon set, I mean, this is, what was it, like $20?
Yeah, it was just $20, man.
There's 200 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
200.
Yep. I think there's 350 something on the Interceptor one.
Yeah, I think the ship, has like, I want to say it's 500, yeah.
Yeah, because Maddie got the jump ship. And dude, that's the only two that we were talking about that, you and I, this week. Man, the Walker and the jump ship are so cool, dude. But like, I had to stop.
They're a little more, they're a little more expensive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really want both of those, and I'll get them eventually.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot of custom pieces to make these look really accurate. This $20 Atheon set took me about an hour and a half to put together.
Yeah, and they have little like standing platforms, right?
Yeah, they come with little platforms so you can make them stand. I'm looking at mine, and they're sitting up on my Xbox now, and they're all just chilling, posing and stuff for me.
Well, I now officially have to build or put a larger shelf in my game room.
Yeah,
because I have
to need some more space.
Well, I was just going to get one of each class, and then I had to get the Interceptor because it was the only way I could get a Titan. And then they posted in Discord, people were seeing them at Toys R Us. So then, of course, you and I started texting back and forth, and I send you a picture of my Toys R Us with like the mother load of Destiny Mega Bloks. And then I end up with probably more than I should have bought. So thank you guys for posting that in Discord.
And somebody actually tweeted me, because I put up some pictures on my Twitter when I built it, and somebody had asked if they were in stores, and I said, no, I don't think so. But then, like, I think later on that day, somebody put up that they were in Toys R Us. So, yes, they are available. I don't think all of them are available in store yet.
Yeah, the Sparrows say pre-order, the two that I ordered, but people are posting their Sparrow packs in Discord.
They may have just gotten to the store, and I would be... well, I mean, as of today, I mean, they're going to... My pre-order said August 1st, so...
Oh, okay.
I think by the end of the weekend, they'll probably ship out, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, they're cool, man. They're, like you said, unless you get one of them, is it the jump ship that's 45, and I think the Walker's 70 or 80.
Yeah.
The other ones are really reasonably priced. Like you said, Atheon's $20, man.
You can get the little figurines by themselves of just the Hunter Titan Warlock. I think they're $8.
Yeah, $8.
They did a pretty good job of pricing these at a competitive rate. I think for a similar piece count and the customization that you see in these sets, if Lego did this, they would be easily twice the cost. Yeah,
Definitely.
So
I'm
overall, I am impressed. If anybody from Mega Bloks is listening, give me a call.
Anybody that doesn't want to pay the $200 or $500 on eBay or something for the actual Destiny figures on Bungie's store,
These are not a bad
this is a good alternative
replacement. They're really nice quality. They really are. So pick some up.
I'm glad we remembered to talk about that, man. You'd mentioned this week you wanted to touch on those.
I had to nerd out for a minute about that. Any other fun stuff in your playtime?
That's about it, man.
Okay.
I'm going to fit in some trials hopefully tonight,
Cool.
other than a couple Crucible matches. Hopefully next week I will be able to report that I have an exotic sword.
Yeah, I wanted to mention something real quick. Last week I talked about Xboxes. If you're looking to upgrade, and they were available for $250. Check out reddit.com/r/console deals. If you're still trying to upgrade, there was a Gen 1 Xbox 500 gigabyte with a controller for $209 yesterday.
Wow.
For sale from Newegg on eBay. We actually picked up one for $229 last week, or actually, was it 2 weeks ago, to use for a server for another game called Ark. Everybody pitched in, bought that. I mean, there's some really good deals to be had here, is my point. If you need to upgrade, look, there's some great stuff that you can pick up for a pretty good price.
Hopefully between now and September, all of those last-gen Guardians will find a good deal.
Yep.
Keep telling them about it.
Absolutely. How about some news?
We have some news.
There is news, guys.
We get to talk about the update we didn't know
news,
what it had in it last week.
Yeah.
And a fix right after that.
I think last week we weren't sure, and we were speculating what this 2.3.1.0 patch was. You want to give us a rundown on what this was?
Yeah, well, I mean, do you want the fearful rundown or the actual rundown? Because, the first one talks about solar-based damage over time, and we did get a video. It's like, I don't know, dude.
So solar-based DOT were apparently dealing half their intended damage.
It seemed right. I mean, it seemed fine, didn't it?
I don't think it did for
No.
other related classes.
No.
So
I think you're
that
right.
has been changed. I don't want to necessarily say fixed, because some people may not agree with that.
They go on another here, fixed an issue where the intellect stat was not generating the correct amount of super energy.
Mm-hmm.
These are very specific things.
Yep. And one I
Yes.
had actually brought up, Electrostatic Mind, was not working properly. It fixed an issue where that perk removed the super regeneration provided by the intellect stat. So what was happening basically is the perk was working, but it wasn't giving you the intended ability from your intellect to affect the rate of that perk. So it was like as if you had 0 intellect.
And it looks like, I remember seeing that. I was like, whoa, that's broken,
Yeah.
broken.
So it was giving you it was like a total 5-minute recharge time for Electrostatic Mind. It was way too long. Yeah.
So what about being able to get this Warlock helm from the blueprint?
I
kiosk?
wasn't
didn't
even aware of this, but
I
apparently
wasn't
you
either.
can get Apotheosis Veil from the Blueprints kiosk now. So good job.
And this
that.
comes from a Warlock. Didn't even know.
Nobody uses that.
Not hunting that one, huh?
Not anymore.
They also mentioned that apparently legendary marks were fixed again, preventing you to get them from Paradox. And basically those are the weapon missions, right?
Yeah, Paradox and Lost to Light. If it was coming up as the daily story mission, the marks were not dropping. So they
Seems
fixed
like
that.
they have issues with that randomly. It's happened a couple times, not with those, but just different times.
Yeah,
where
just
we
different
weren't getting
ones.
our marks.
Kind of weird.
Something going on back there.
Crazy code, man.
I didn't realize it either, but apparently if your postmaster was full, you may have not got your Moments of Triumph book.
Yeah, so they fixed that. You can now
Kinda
go pick it up.
stinks. random Destiny issues.
So I think there were some other things that we were hoping for that didn't show up here.
What could you be talking about?
Some stuff and some things.
Some other things?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah. They did break some things.
Things were broken. Immediately after this,
beavers.
2 days later, there was a lot of beaver errors. So they put out 2.3.1.1 to remedy this. And the following day, pushed it out on PS3 and Xbox 360.
They're pretty quick about that. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, this is what was happening to me with my strike that I got kicked from. I got a beaver error. So I'm glad I quit right then.
I may have not played enough to realize if I would have been affected by it, but I definitely, in the times that I played, didn't experience it. I think in the last week or so, I've gotten a bird error. I mentioned that in Discord.
Bird?
I'm pretty sure it was bird, and I've never gotten that one before. I hope I'm not making that up and just dreamt it, because I've shared it with everybody now, but I'm pretty sure it was bird. That's all it's
bird.
Yeah. So I don't know. That one was weird.
Yeah.
No beaver errors for me.
Right. So that was all the patches this week. We've got the TWAB.
The
TWAB. And they started out saying behind closed doors. They have started taking things out of development and into production. So they're laying foundations. I think the update that they put out, 2.3.1, was described as paving the way towards the rise of Iron.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they were laying in with that, but we'll find out eventually.
We might see some, hopefully not, but we might see some more things broken here and there as they lay down some foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all right. They have it fixed by September.
Hey, look, I'd rather they throw in some code and do some little things and break one thing at a time,
right,
than have it come out and just like everything be a cluster when this patch drops.
They're pretty careful and strategic about it these days.
Yeah, they're learning.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. They showed this pretty cool thing they put together here. They had teamed up with StackUp.org to bring out some veterans to E3 to hang out with them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So they put together a stream called Call to Arms 2016, partnering with StackUp again, August 6th through the 8th. And you'll see some pretty familiar names. Some people that you probably have heard of or seen before. They're going to be helping. And I think that their idea is to raise awareness and also raise some dollars for StackUp.org. So that's pretty cool. So check that out. Very
cool. Some fun names going to be streaming. Some fun personalities.
Yeah, and then they've got another poster that's going to be up for sale. And
I think I'm going to have to get it.
It looks pretty cool.
It does look pretty cool.
I like this one. I really wish I had picked up the other one. But I wouldn't mind getting this one too. It's some really
Are you talking the other one we had chatted about that I liked so much?
Yeah,
with all the little figures.
Kind of little tiny
little
people.
Destiny characters.
Yeah.
Yes. I wanted that one, man.
That one sold out pretty quick. I'm hoping they do another run.
Yeah. This one is pretty cool though. I am digging this one.
Yeah. And then they are going to be at PAX, they announce, and they're going to have, here's what they say: we're working on some exciting ways for you to interact with Bungie and express your enthusiasm for Destiny. The Bungie store and Penny Arcade will have some sweet loot for your souvenir shopping needs. We'll tell you more soon. So I don't know what that means, but I'll keep an eye on it.
Yeah, PAX is all about the swag everywhere.
Yeah.
We went to PAX East, I don't even remember, 2011 maybe.
Okay.
Dude, you go back to your hotel with like a bag full of stuff. Like you just end up with stuff.
Do you buy all the stuff, or you just
No,
get
no.
stuff?
It's just stuff from developers. They're all set up.
That's
and
awesome.
It's cool. Yeah, I mean, of course you can buy things, but then you just end up with patches and stickers and a shirt if you were lucky enough to walk by at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how PAX East was for us. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
PAX this year is September 2nd through 5th, so it's going to be not too long before Rise of Iron drops. So that'll be exciting. Maybe they'll show
Very
something
exciting
off.
time. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
All right. Well,
Nothing interesting in Destiny player support this week.
not too interesting.
No, just mentioned
They have a
maybe some
great
beavers and such.
yeah, they have a great video in the movie of the week that is under
Oh, dude.
honorable mention. The road trip. Did you see that video?
Oh, no, I didn't see that one, dude.
Dude,
I
okay.
really actually enjoyed the NASA one. I thought that one was cool.
That one was cool. Well,
it
okay, I saw a post for that, and they hyped it up really great, and then I started watching it, and I got kind of bored. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I could see where it could be boring, but I love I don't know. I just love the scenery and then the overlaying the audio at the right. I don't know.
It was
cool.
clever. I'm not gonna sell them short.
So which one should I check out? 'Cause
The
I
road trip video. They're on Exodus Blue, and both of the opposing teams, they got into one of those junked cars in the back right of the map,
I can see the thumbnail.
and they're hanging out in there, and then they're doing that for a while, and then you see the point of view of one of the characters in the back seat, and somebody had gotten out, and they fist of havoc and killed all of his team, but somehow it didn't kill him. So he took his shotgun, and all the guys in the car, he wasted them. It was really epic.
I will check it out.
You need to watch that. It's a great video. It's pretty funny.
I've got to scroll all the way down. If I would have
Yeah.
saw one named Road Trip, it would have gotten clicked.
It was great, man. So, but that's all we've got in the way of Destiny news this week. Unless
sure
there's
we
something
have.
we missed.
Plenty more coming. It's already hit that exciting time.
Oh, there is one thing. At CG Barrett, Mr. Chris Barrett, who is the director of the Rise of Iron expansion, he put out a tweet, and it showed hunters with their capes, but they were affected by shaders. And he said, "Don't you wish?" If something effective like, "Don't you wish?" Class items were affected by shaders. We do too in the Rise of Iron. So I think he kind of confirmed that.
Goodness,
on the
man,
back,
I didn't see that. That's huge.
Yeah, one of them had the Trials cape, and it was red and black. It looked really nice.
Sweet.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Like some people are probably going, "See, they trick you. They don't give you something for so long, and then you're excited when you get it." No, please, I don't care. Just give it to us.
Go away. I don't want to hear that.
Just give us our class items that go with our shader. I can wear so many other things.
Seriously. And somebody was asking, how is that going to affect Warlock bonds? I don't know that it will.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't tell you for sure if they have ever been affected by shaders.
Yeah, I can't either, actually. I used to play on my Warlock quite a bit.
I'm not certain that they are.
I will say, on a random quick tangent, there was a post on Reddit. Sorry, I did not write down the username. But he was talking about all these awesome, like we've kind of heard before, these awesome blues and greens that are out there that look so cool. Mm-hmm. And it finally tipped me over the fence, dude. I want Transmog in Destiny so bad for armor, because it would open up so many cool customization options, dude.
Yeah.
I still have a really cool blue cloak that's like $2.99 light on my hunter that I will not delete because it's like all jet black and like torn at the bottom. I used to run it in trials back before the 335 light level because it didn't drop me down too much, just because it looked so cool.
I have a green bond that is an exact copy of the bond that Xur wears.
Oh, nice.
And I still have that.
See, man, Transmog. At first I didn't want it because, like, I get it now. I get why I didn't want it. It was weapons. Like, and not, I'm talking skins at that point. But armor, man, like, it so needs to happen just because there's so much loot in the game. Like the post from that user on Reddit, he said you just dismantle it without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, I could wear that. It looks so cool. It's just a waste. All right, sorry.
Get behind that, man. I can feel you on that.
One day.
Well, we've got, by popular demand, a segment for you guys. Who is it?
Them's tattoos?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. He's got a tattoos ticket fresh off the presses for you guys. Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
What's up, guys? It's Tattoos, back with another Tattoos Tickets this week. Thank you guys once again for having me back, Arrow and Cyborg. You guys are both awesome. No housekeeping this week, so let's just get straight into it. I don't have a whole lot of time, and I want to talk about something really fun. So this week is V is for versatility. So we've talked about what you can do, what you can't do, what people use and why, and how you can track your progress. But I'd like to talk about something that not many people do anymore. We're going to discuss breaking the meta, branching out with your weapons and playstyle, and trying something that's more fun than the 3 types of loadouts that you would take into a sweats, or something that, you consider would carry you to victory necessarily. So what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about expanding your skill set, and most importantly, having some fun in the Crucible. So recently I was searching the Dirt fam to try and find someone to play Trials with. Every weekend I do as much as I can to try and get at least one Dirt fam member to the Lighthouse for the very first time. So one weekend in particular, I was honored with a teammate that you guys all know, Joe, the freaking boss Meaden. He hopped in with Palix and I, and we had a really awesome time. I've played in sweats with Joe before, and I know exactly how deadly he can be with a fusion rifle. I had fallen several times to Ash Raven's Flight, and it got me thinking, why don't I use that weapon? I have a good one with a good roll that's just collecting dust in my vault. Just this past week with Iron Banner, they had an amazing roll for Ash Raven's Flight. So I was really surprised, whenever I reached out to Palix and we started our Lighthouse ticket, because when we jumped in, I started to notice something even more peculiar about our awesome friend Joe. Every time we loaded into a Trials game, we would do the typical callouts of our opponents and, how many stupid freaking Sunsingers are we going to have to go against? Is it 2 or is it 3 this time? But there was an extra callout. At the beginning of every game, Joe would let us know what primary he was using for that game. It was different every single game. I let Joe do his thing the first couple of games and just assumed that I had a very unique teammate that was testing some weapons for a hidden gem. Then I realized this dude is shredding with every single gun he was using. Guns I hadn't touched in months, and guns you guys might scoff off at going into a, competitive game. Joe is freaking awesome, and you guys should be more like Joe. Playing with multiple different loadouts will increase your overall gun skill and map movement and awareness. Playing against someone that's very good with a fusion rifle will give you a better idea of how to move around the map and how to combat that. Not only is it a boatload of fun to picture the confused look on your opponent's face whenever you disintegrate them with an Ash Raven's Flight, but it'll also give you first-hand experience you can use to outplay someone who might be using a similar uncommon playstyle. To continue our perspective-shifting Trials ticket, we played some very solid teams, and time after time, Joe was a priceless teammate with his slot machine loadouts. I wish I could remember the loadout Joe was carrying on the last game of the ticket, but we did it. We got to the Lighthouse and prevailed against all of the last word, fire-bolting, ice-breaking, yard-staring moisties in the Trials of Osiris. Since that ticket, I've tried to make it a point to use at least one weapon daily that I have not used in the Crucible ever, or in a very long time. I also put this mindset into the Guardian I was flinging into the Crucible. I loaded up on my Gunslinger for the first time since probably last December. It is uncomfortable at first to try something new in a game that has such a boldly defined meta, but it's so much fun, and I believe it's beneficial to your gameplay in the end. Playing as a Gunslinger reminded me where those infamous trip mine corners were, and how easy it is to catch a throwing knife to the face when being pushed by a Gunslinger. Thank you, Joe Meaden, for running trials with me and showing me that there is a plethora of weapons to enjoy in this game, and because of Bungie's great shooting mechanics, they all feel good and they're fun to use. So, here's your homework, Dirt fam. Play some Crucible with a primary and or secondary that you don't use normally. Challenge yourself to do well with it. Try and get an above 1.0 KD in a game with a gun you're not comfortable with, and see how much fun you can have with your loadout. Tweet me your favorite weird loadouts. Mine is Black Spindle paired with a Hidden Hand Water Star on the Night Stalker subclass. Thanks for hanging out this week, Dirt fam. I'll see you on the battlefield.
Thank you, Them's Tattoos. We love those tattoos tickets.
Oh, yeah. I'm collecting them. I wonder if I can turn them in for a prize.
There you go. Yeah. Maybe just for moats.
I'll take trials coins, please.
Yes, passage coins would be way better. I agree. It was cool to hear him talk about good old Joe the Meaden here, because we know he plays that alphabet gun game.
Yeah.
So that was nice to hear that he was his inspiration.
That is great. But he's got a really good point. Try something. Try some other things, Shake it up. I can get behind that. Well, next up, we have a awesome and always fun to have on guests. We've got Mr. Bones from Crucible Radio joining us. So let's jump into our pre-recorded interview. How about that?
Do it, man.
All right. All right, well, I'd like to welcome a longtime friend of the show and our buddy, Mr. Bones. How you doing, Bones?
Bones.
I'm good. What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Glad to have you on
great.
again.
Thank you for having me back. It's a pleasure. Hey, first off, congrats to you guys for 1 year.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you.
From the bottom of my heart and from Crucible Radio, it feels like I do feel like our podcasts have this bond because of our origins being so close together.
Yeah.
So it's kind of awesome. Man. It's really awesome to see both our shows still around. So
we band of brothers.
Yes. Well, thank you.
Fighting the good fight.
I actually just Cyborg and I were talking, and I listened to our holiday episode. We were kind of talking about it again, and the intro right off, I'd forgotten parts of it, and I'm like, dude, this is so funny. We've got a I'm like, why have we not had Bones and some of the guys back on already?
That was a great time. I can't go listen to the old episodes though. I can't do it.
No, I have a hard time with it too.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is the first 6 minutes was you guys doing your thing. It was funny, so that worked.
Well, Bones, for all of our listeners who may be new to our podcast or don't listen, and I don't know how this would ever happen, but somehow they don't listen to Crucible Radio, tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
Sure thing. I'm Bones. I also go by Drybones81 because that was the PSN I made when I was younger. Wish I could change it every day. I am 1/3 host of Crucible Radio, the podcast for all things Destiny PvP, which started only a couple weeks before Destiny Reset here, as I mentioned earlier. And we give tips on how to get better, how to improve in the mental game, the physical game. We talk about patch notes and all that good stuff. And I play video games a lot. That's about it.
Awesome, man.
Excellent.
What is your favorite class in Destiny, Bones?
That is a tough question, man.
I think I know
I knew what it
right
used
now,
to
though.
be, but I'd like to hear what it is now.
I don't know. I don't even know if I know. I have said that as of late, at least considering the last patch to subclasses, I think I feel the most comfortable on Striker Titans and Blade Dance Hunters in second place. I feel like I can use Voidwalkers and Night Stalkers to pretty great effect. I can play anything on Warlock kind of, because that was my first one, but those two really kind of stand out right now, and they feel well-rounded and comfortable, where I know I can feel good anytime I pick them up. So that's probably what I'd say.
Well, we just had our first annual Destiny Reset Masterclass Cup, where the only thing you get at the end is whether you're class is the master class bragging rights, and
That's fantastic.
it sounds like maybe you went with Titan. You're nervous the Dirt Fam's going to give you trouble.
Titans did win, by the way.
Yes.
Warlocks.
Titans are
Came in
good.
second.
They're feeling good right now.
They're in a good place. No, we're
Although it is nice to have Sunbreakers or Sunsingers back with the Firebolts.
Yeah.
I love
Right?
it. Gotta say.
No, I haven't busted out my Sunsingers since the most recent patch, but I need to. I think.
Somebody
The old crutch lock.
tweeted me a video right away of
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
burning all the way through a building. That was you. I think it tweeted both of us in Destiny Reset. It was like, no! It might have been burning crazy.
It's really brutal. It's
So
really
good.
brutal. What kind of gun are you fancying these days? What are you running the most? What do you like?
Well, I switch a lot. But I would say that my probably go-to is Hawksaw right now. I think Hawkmoon is pretty good. It got taken down just a bit. I wouldn't say it's the best gun or go-to choice, but I'm pretty comfortable with Hawkmoon now. And I do love the magic bullets, even if it's questionable if RNG should be that factor. But Hawksaw, to me, right now in this video game, feels like the most reliable weapon. And I can get stuck in close-ups a little sometimes I just get beat inside if I don't switch to my shotgun quickly. But Hawksaw can fight scouts and snipers, and it can do work in tight hallways,
Yeah.
and you just know it's going to hit. You know, you can trust it.
You can even hip fire with it
Hawksaw
and
is
get
the
away
most
with it.
dependable. Oh yeah, if you got that vendor roll with counterbalance, it is pretty
Yeah.
smooth.
Hawksaw is funny, man, because people either love it and it's like one of the only guns they use as their go-to, or they don't use it at all. It seems like I've tried it
Yeah.
a couple times, but like I just keep hearing about it still, and I'm like, I really need to give that gun a fair chance. It's
I put it down for a long time actually, and it was when I started picking up Plan C really heavily. I wanted sort of a mid-range primary that had to be legendary, and my legendary hand cannon game could really do some improving. So it was like, well,
this works.
seems fine, and I found out it's a great thing to pair. So I'll play Hawksaw Party Crasher or Hawksaw Plan C quite often now.
Nice.
That's pretty much what I'm rolling to. So it's good to hear that didn't just happen across that. It's
Cyborg
trending.
can't put down the Plan C.
I have a
She loves
problem.
it.
I have a problem.
Dude, it's
Well, I
so
got
good.
addicted to
It's
Plan
so good.
C.
You're NLB.
Yeah,
man,
I got
for me,
addicted
yeah.
to Blink again. And somebody was asking me last
yeah.
night. They were like, so how, what do you think about Sunsinger now? I was like, I can't, because I can't Blink. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
What was your take on the reduction to recovery with Blink in the
I
recent
think it's a
patch?
fair trade. I mean, I'll find, I can't always escape when I want, but compared to the original, House Wolves era meta where Blink Shotgun was just a force above all forces, I think it's a trade that there needs to be something that you're giving up,
Yeah, it's come a long way, but it's leveling
Yeah.
out, I think.
Still works. I mean, gets the job done. You just got to be better, and you got to be a little bit lucky sometimes.
Always
a little
helps,
luck
right?
that goes a long way. Well, today we'd like to talk, and Bones brought a great topic to the table for us to discuss. We're going to talk tilt.
This is why we like to borrow him from Crucible
That's
Radio.
right.
Brings these topics.
Makes it easy for us. We're just, well, Bones, what do you want to talk about? Because we haven't
know
had
that
time to
feeling.
decide.
Yeah. Hey, guest, do you have anything to say? Anything else after
Yeah.
that? Maybe 3 or 4 more
Yes,
other
would
topics?
you
wanna
like to
talk
give
about?
me a
Thanks,
list
cool.
of topics that we do?
You want to join us? Oh, and please bring your top 3 topics, and we will.
Yeah.
So let's talk tilt, guys. Tilt is obviously a thing that affects
real deal.
everyone that plays the game, and I'm going to give the floor to you, Bones, to get us started here.
Yeah, tilt is a very interesting thing because it's one of the first big things we started to tackle on the show. And I have played video games for a long time. I've also been myself for a long time. So I know my tendencies pretty well. And while I try not to carry things away from my desk if I'm playing video games, stuff gets to me. It just does. I'm a pretty emotional, heart on the sleeves kind of person, especially when I'm in the privacy of my own room and can sort of like just vent out frustration if I want to. And it happens to me quite often. And it's funny because, Swain and I play a lot together, my co-host over there, and he is Mr. Level-Headed, and he will be the guy to be like, dude, let's go. Come on, focus up. And I'll be like, yep, you're right. Let's go. It gets me back into it. But not everyone has someone who is the master, like emotionless person.
Zens in with the vooping, and it just keeps him keeps him calm.
Swain is so zen. It's fantastic. But yeah, it's something that we started trying to tackle right away. And the first step, acknowledging it, but it's been a consistent challenge. Not to say that it always negatively impacts my game, but it doesn't go away. It's not something that I've fully mastered, and I feel like that just, if you put pressure on yourself to compete, or if you just like winning and you don't win, it can get frustrating. So tilt is a very real aspect of my gameplay that I'm constantly trying to improve and to try to corral. But there are so many factors that go into it, especially with where it comes from, how you diagnose it, how you know you're feeling it, and how you get out of it. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. That is just sort of like the whole spectrum of tilt and what it fully involves.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
I'd love to. I struggle with tilt and always have. I'm kind of one of those. I don't stay angry about stuff, but I'll react really fast. So somebody rolls up from a place I didn't expect and sticks a shotgun in my gut and kills me, and I just had no idea it was coming. I'll be like, I'll just kind of react, and but I have to get it out. But if that happens over and over, I'll get into that negative zone. Do you think identifying that and identifying when you are heading towards the tilt zone is important?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I meant, or what, we're the same, where you don't go to the kitchen and start punching the walls. You're not tilting that hard, but in the game, we keep queuing up. It's trials. It's the next game. Let's go. It's only been 3 minutes. It's really tough to pull yourself away and then also pull yourself back in mentally, so it can carry on throughout games. But definitely identifying when you start feeling it. Sometimes like habits really create that, or at least allow tilt to start forming and to start tilting. I listened to a few other players play, and I really pay attention to their habits, especially what they say after they die. And I try to focus on what I say after I die. And I actually know my habits. And sometimes I'll say, I have a few. I'll try to do an impression of myself. Okay, it's over there. And then I'll try to do call outs. I'll just like have that grunt, and then I realize, I need to keep talking. The other one that comes in is always, I suck. Okay, he's over there.
That's self-talk.
I'll just say that.
Self-talk we talked about.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, I'm not being serious. I know I don't suck. Yeah. Sometimes I just make a dumb play, and that's me trying to go, all right, that was on me. I try to turn it back on myself. One thing I always hear people do, it's a big one, and it's to talk about what just happened, and it's to just, it's basically reading the kill feed.
Right.
Because this dumb game wants to tell you exactly what ruined your day just now, up in the right corner, right? And that is one of my least favorite habits that I hear is someone going, party crasher.
Yep.
The zap melee, the lightning
That's
grenades. It's just like,
common,
if you start doing that, you're going to list literally everything in the game, because there is 6,000 ways to
That'll
do it.
happen to us every now and then, and I'll even do it myself, and I'm like, I'll get to like a sentence in, and I'm like, my teammates are probably thinking right now, I don't need to know how you just died. Tell me where they're at.
Yeah.
But there's a good strategy for that, actually, and because it can kind of help. It's not the worst thing to know what the other teammate is using, right, and what they're good with. But that's kind of just identifying that person's strong suit, rather than saying, it's because they picked up that weapon is why I lost. Right. And I've been trying to do that more, and that can just sort of keep you back in the game and not so much getting off to the side with your own tilt. So if someone gets you with a throwing knife and you just want to go, throwing knives, you can actually spin that around and to be like, whoa, this guy just got me with a great knife. Let's watch out for that dude's knife. And that, with a sniper, if he gets you from a crazy angle or you were just about to blink and he still nails you, just say, yo, this hunter can shoot. Let's be careful and stay out of lanes. And you can still talk exactly about what happened and provide information to your teams without just being like, it's probably that gun that is why I died.
Right.
As opposed to someone just being, outplaying you. So that's something I'm working on right now a lot, but it can be... That's just the start, man. You think you're just letting out some frustration about party crashers, and then you realize, oh, now I'm angry.
Well, that's funny because for me, like, I really will try to control, like, very specific, like, frustrations, like, in the moment. But we play this game so much, all of us and all the listeners, that you start to, like for me for a little while, and still probably, it's like grenades. Grenades just annoy me, and I have to just make myself step back, realize it's part of the game, and I feel like a big barrier for people is, I mean, Destiny, we take it, it's fun, but we take getting better in the Crucible seriously, and it's a huge step for people to do that with a game is to decide you're not going to blame the game, right? Like, whether there's something janky going on in the game or not, it's not going to help anything, right? So it's such a huge factor with Tilt.
Get over universal remote. It's everywhere. It's going to be used.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a flavor of the week. Of course, people are trying it out. That's actually something that I think people misunderstand about Crucible Radio and definitely about me when I make comments on Twitter or something like that. It's like, they say, well, you think the game's fine then? Well, it's like, well, of course not. Like, there would be no patch notes if it was fine.
We have.
But there's no productive conversation happening if it's just like, this is too big of an issue or blah, blah, blah. So I think there's plenty of interesting conversations. And I do talk about balance a lot. I try to, keep it off social media so it doesn't seem like that's my main focus. But I've had great conversations about lightning grenades. Not so much I hate them and delete them, but like, what about flashbangs? What about that pulse grenade? Does it do much? How would that work? And that kind of conversation is really fascinating to me because then you just get to imagine other fun stuff or a flashbang working in a cool situation.
Yeah,
it's just a way to steer the conversation away from negative energy.
That's what we try to do, and it's very similar to you guys' show. It's good to critique and things like that. You just got to keep it constructive, right?
Exactly.
What did Mama say? If you don't have nothing nice to say, say nothing at all.
Don't be a big negative.
Could you tell that to Reddit?
Sure,
energy.
Yeah. I'll see you in the negative karma zone.
Oh man.
Let's get back on track here. I really relate to what you're saying though. Self-talk. We brought this up a few times lately. Overall though, the point here is self-talk is going to affect your mental game, and how you react to circumstances, and by deliberately deciding your self-talk is not going to focus on the negative that you cannot control, you're going to help yourself to stay out of tilt. And that's, like you're relating, that's something I've been working on hard too, because man, I can rain salt for days if I do not control myself. And
hold me back.
that's not going to do anything to help my teammates. It's not going to do anything to help me play better. So I'm always working on it every single game. Trying to be aware of it and not be that guy that's like a universal remote, or trip mine, whatever it is. And so I try, like you're relating, is try to focus on, oh man, that was a great trip mine that he threw. Like how did he get that there? Or man, he just domed me twice. Like, all right, I'm not going to that lane anymore. We need to watch out for blah blah. He's got a great quick scope, whatever. Because you there's nothing you can do about it after it's done. All you can do is say, okay, that just happened. How can I change what I did? How can I approach this?
Next time I won't let it happen, right?
Well, plus I think we've Bones, I feel like maybe either when you were on our show or when we were on yours that we've talked about sometimes you just gotta call it a night, whether you just had a stressful day or it's like, it's okay, Crucible, it's just not the night for Crucible. I didn't come in with the best attitude to start, and I'm not playing very well, so maybe I'll just go watch some of my gameplay.
Exactly. Yeah, it's so tough. You don't want to play video games, right? I mean, maybe another alternative is to
Run
go.
some
It's time for some
strikes.
strikes.
There you go. Exactly.
But yeah, there's actually a really good MTAShed video. It's maybe over a year old at this point, but MTAShed really knows this sort of thing. But it's about the myth of more playtime equals improvement, and that could not be more far from the truth. Of course, practice needs to occur for improvement to occur, but I think we can get sort of misled by the idea of someone playing 24 hours of trials on the weekend and stomping people. But you look at any competitive game, one of the biggest things this comes up with is StarCraft, because StarCraft, and Super Smash Bros. Melee, my favorite esport, is that these dudes play so long and they just get carpal tunnel and hand cramps. Like, they destroy their body. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not getting up and stretching and stuff like that. And it's a total myth to say that because I played 8 hours a day as opposed to 3 hours today, I've consistently improved. So sometimes, yeah, it's just like, am I doing better, or is it 3 a.m. and I'm angry and I should be going to bed?
And now you're going to be tired the next day, and then tired by the time you log back in the next night.
Exactly. It's sometimes you just got to put the controller down, or do something else fun. Plug in The Witcher.
Yeah,
There you go.
I remember
Go hunt some monsters.
when Trials first came out, having some really stressful nights that
Yeah.
I didn't know I should have walked away from. You know, we wanted it so bad, but we were just banging our heads against the walls and feeding each other's rage. You know, it was so negative. I didn't realize it was going on, but you know, we wanted to win. But we were in hours deep into Tilt and couldn't
Yeah.
get out of it and couldn't even identify it.
Yeah, I stayed up till 3 a.m. last night. First time I've done that in a long time. It's game 7 in Trials, and I'm like, I can't hit anything with my primary. It's like, oh yeah, because I'm exhausted and I don't play this late.
That's the last thing you
Shouldn't be
realize.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how can we apply this concept to prevent or stay out of Tilt? What do you recommend?
You know what? Just switch up what you're doing. It doesn't have to be like power down your PS4 and go be sad that you lost. You can change up your primary. You can decide maybe my shotgun slides have not been well timed. Maybe if I play more passive with a sniper, I can get out of this funk I'm in. Sometimes it's just changing, and sometimes it's not what you're doing wrong, but it's what the team's doing, and you got to acknowledge that your opponents are going ham on you, and you need to start playing more passive, or you need to call out and do team shots and stuff like that. Just sort of changing up the pace of the games and making sure every game you play is not the same repetitive failure every time, because that'll destroy you.
Yeah, that's what just happened to us last weekend. We went in 2 cards. We had 2 really rough cards, and on our second card, we're like, okay, guys, we've talked about this before. Let's just get some fun guns out. Let's not think about the lighthouse, and let's just go in and just goof around, have a good time. If we win, we win. But at least we're not going in with our super sweaty setup, and we're all just ready to go. And if we lose, we're really going to be frustrated. You know, like, let's just have some fun.
Yep. Just gotta give up the intensity for a little
Right.
bit.
I think a great tip that we can take from this idea is, if you find you and your team have tilted and you can identify it, anything you do after that until you either turn it around or turn it off is not going to be productive for you. So would you rather play Trials for 2 more hours, lose, and not get any better for it, or go turn in your card, do like Air Knight said, go have fun with it, go play a different game mode, go play a different game, because anytime after that, you're not getting any better, you know?
Yeah, and that's just it. You said it there. Is like, you could play as long as you want, but it might just hurt your game more
right.
than
In the right mindset.
more than help.
Yeah.
Give you some bad memories.
Oh yeah, that's that. I think that's why we get this like, I hate this Trials map mentality of like, oh, I had a bad experience last time, or I couldn't adapt last time, or I couldn't find a good strategy, or I didn't go to the lighthouse last time. Now I hate it. And I do that too, where I'm just like, I have a rivalry with Asylum this weekend, and I didn't get to the lighthouse last night. I was playing with some different people and are trying to build chemistry and stuff. And it was like, Asylum, I'll be back for you, but not tonight. I need to go to bed.
I really do feel like, too, I've got, friends that, you know, have jumped back into the game. I'm sure we all do. And like, there really is a barrier there, like I mentioned before, where you have to tell yourself, like, you really can't blame the game, you know, like it's not even just about like what may be broken in the game. It's just, I've done it in the past with, you know, Gears of War and things like that. If you're on the mindset of, you know, I can't get better at this game, you know, is doing this or it's doing this, and just try to be that positive, you know, clanmate or friend or guardian that's like, hey, you know, start with this weapon. This is a really good weapon to start with. You know, maybe try this as your secondary. Do you like to snipe or shotgun? And then, you know, just be that positive, you know, that will go so far, man. It's even happened for me. So
no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's another side of being in tilt that is kind of, you know, you had mentioned before the show, the inverse of this idea. You want to talk about that, Sunbones?
Yeah, that is like, I guess the goal here, right, is to avoid tilt, but also find yourself in the good place, which is getting in the zone. That's almost harder to recognize than tilting, right? Because you know when you just yelled into the mic and someone's like, "Yo, chill."
Yeah.
But being in the zone is a unique feeling of something that's not just right there until you've been there for a while. And you know what? I don't know if seeking out the zone is the right way to say it. There's a lot of things you can do before playing and as you warm up to start getting there. Don't sit down frustrated. Don't argue about something beforehand before you drop into a game. Don't start complaining about what weapons they're using before you've even played this team. Maybe they suck with Universal Remote, right? Like, we don't know. But just making sure you're good when you go in, feeling that zone, and then realizing like, ooh, okay, that felt good. That worked. This primary's working for me now. I'm going to stick with it. And then hanging on to that feeling is the real goal here. And it's a satisfying thing when you do acknowledge that you're feeling good. And it can happen at any time. It can even happen when you're down 4 runs and you just have this big 1v3 comeback, and then you just carry your team to victory with a comeback. It's totally possible, but you can't let the distractions happen. You gotta stay focused. It's like charging a super meter, you know, like it's like going Uber in SSX3, where you gotta do consistently well, and then your meter charges. You don't have to do the most amazing thing. You can't stop doing well, right? You just gotta consistently stay forward towards that positive goal, and then you're there, and then your meter's charged, and you're just wrecking kids in trials.
Yeah, I think you. If you've never been in the zone, I'm sorry, but when you get there, you know what it is, because everything feels smooth. You just do stuff. You know exactly where you need to be, exactly where your shots need to be placed, and people die. It's great. It's not an easy place to get to, though.
I've talked about it before on the show, and we get tweets and emails and stuff of people that haven't really dabbled in trials, and I just want to be able to jump in that fire team instantly, and just because, you know, they'll have experienced major rage or teammates tilting. They just don't have a consistent fire team to play with, and it's like, no, it's such a fun game mode. Like, you really you've got, you know, it's challenging, but you deserve to have that fire team that, you know, we try to make it a point to compliment each other when we get you know, when one of us gets in the zone, and it's like everybody needs that fire team to go into a game mode like that with, just to experience it, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's interesting that you brought up, you know, complaining about guns that people have before you even start, because, you know, there was this whole phenomena that began a while back when Guardian.gg and what's the other one that people use to look? Yeah, Trials Report. So that stuff got really popular really fast, and so I'm playing and I have teammates using it, and they're like, okay, this guy's blah 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 blah, he has this this and this, his elo is blah blah, and I'm like going into games thinking way too much about everybody else and not thinking at all about what I need to be doing. And I got to a point where I was just like, don't tell me anything. I don't want to know what class is.
Spot on, dude.
I don't want to know how many times they've been to Lighthouse. I don't want to know what guns they have. I'm going to see what loads in, and I'm going to play the same no matter what. And everything else I will pick up through observation.
Yeah, man.
because it's so distracting for me.
It is.
And I
Yeah,
just
we
lost. I
started
didn't
that
see
way.
any more value in it.
Yep. We started that way, and then we stopped doing that. And now, even like if we're streaming or something, our chat will tell us after we played them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
that's a good way
pretty
to do
cool.
it.
I like that too.
Yeah.
I actually spend more time on those sites while I'm at work during the day, totally away from my PS4, because I love just like digging through
Yeah.
stats and see how I've been doing, or like, oh, this dude I played last night, that guy was good. Oh, he is good. That kind of thing. But I do not want to know in the game. I'll inspect to see a subclass if I know. I want to know about a self-res, or I want to know about a universal remote user before I push, that kind of thing. But I don't want to know their ELOs. I don't think those totally reflect 100%.
Right.
Mine probably doesn't reflect my skill because I haven't played Trials much until recently once again. So I don't know. I don't want to. Yeah, that can. It's outside factors as much as it is just about the game and that player. It's outside factors whether or not they've done it a million times.
Right,
Or not.
and there's
Yeah,
a
that
couple
turns it
things
into
that
major mental game.
they could be misleading. I mean, they don't. You can't get the
Oh, yeah.
whole picture from an ELO and a KD. You know, I mean, even just a KD
Yeah.
by itself is not going to give you the whole picture about a player's skill. You know, I mean, you could look at great examples of people that have risen from, you know, disparaging KDs to become good players, but if they didn't create a new character, I mean, they could be a 1.0, they could be a 1.5, and they could be a scary person to fight against. So, you know, there's a lot more to it than just stats.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Focus on
really
that
is.
single game.
So, you know, tilt is something that doesn't just happen in the game. You can find tilt, and I mean, let's dial back a notch here. The whole concept of tilt comes from poker, right? So I think it applies
Yep.
to a lot of different sports. But how else can it apply? How else can we spot it in our life, in our daily life?
You know, I deal with a lot of emails and phone calls at work, and you can start feeling it when like a pretty standard email bugs you. And I'm just like, wait, this is normal.
Yeah.
This is like what I want emails
Yeah.
to say. And like I had some annoying request an hour ago, and now I'm annoyed with this other client for asking me something. It's like, oh, they're just doing fine. I definitely noticed that where I'm just like, all right, I need to relax for a second.
It's the surround yourself, and you got to start with you, right? You surround yourself with positive people, but it's make yourself do that first.
Yeah, but there's some things you can't control. I mean, you may
Right.
not be able to control who your boss is. You may not be able to control who your customers are, or a million other things. So, you know, the same thing in the game. You can't always control who you're playing or what they're using. You can't control your teammates, whether they're on course tonight or they're tilting. You know, I mean, you can influence, but you got to think about what you can do as an individual. So I think outside the game too, when you see this phenomena happen, just take the same concepts, take a step back, you know, get out of your headspace for a minute, go outside, take a 5-minute walk, do some breathing, you know, whatever it takes to get you back to your kind of equilibrium to pull you out of that negative place.
Yeah, you know, it's random. I don't know. I've thought of this scenario several times. I don't know if I've seen this happen in my lifetime a couple times, but just a very specific example, bringing Destiny to real life with Tilt is like if you see somebody like in the morning, they're on their way to work and they got a 32-ounce soda from the gas station or something, and then they spill it, and it's like the day is over.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, it's obviously not the soda, and that's what you got to do, as Cyborg just said, right? It can be it's not universal remote.
Right.
Just step back and let's have some fun and have a good day, right?
Great example.
That's a perfect summation of what it is. Just what you can control, keep that in front of you, and forget about the
Yep.
rest.
Yep.
Well, this was a great topic to talk about. I'm glad that you were able to bring this in front of our listeners. I think that everybody can benefit from this.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm glad my emotional instability can benefit others in some way as I work on myself.
I don't think you're alone in this, buddy. I don't think it at all.
There's a lot of us.
All right, man. Well, we fielded Twitter and we said, hey guys, we're we're gonna have this guy on our show again. Why don't you send us some questions or comments? So we've got some Twitter action if you're up for it, buddy.
Hit me. Let's do this.
First up, we got Badger, which is @BadgerIsOP. He wanted to comment and say, make sure you're getting the real Bones and not some imposter from the wedding pics.
So we were posting a lot of pictures on Twitter when Swain was in LA, and then Swain and I went up to Seattle for Birds' wedding, and Badger was responding to every single one, pointing out how I looked very different in every single shot. And I think maybe it's the undercut haircut I have at like a different angle that looks like a totally different haircut or something like that.
Yeah, you got it's my new haircut.
But he kept saying I look different, like it was a different person. Yeah. And then we just posted another one from the wedding, and he's like, seriously, I
Imposter
don't even know
Bones.
what you look like in real life.
Hey, at least we can confirm we called him from the same Skype account from the last time he was on the show.
Truly Bones.
We
told him we use 2FA, and the first factor is I know your voice. The second factor is I know your contact information.
Yes.
That is how I verify your identity every show.
It's me, I swear.
We got another one from our good friend BitDead. He says, I get outgunned a lot and I struggle to get headshots. Apart from get good, what can I do to improve?
You know, I was reading this one and I was wondering about sensitivity and general settings, because if headshots aren't coming easy, that can definitely be an indicator that your sensitivity might be too high, because Destiny is a game that's so sticky, and I know aim assist is this huge buzzword, but the game would not feel nearly as good without it. So you can feel, actually, go into a rumble with your friends and don't shoot each other and stand next to them. You can take out Plan C, you can take out a sniper, and then just move your camera from left to right and pass over them, and you can feel how you just get pulled off course and you get pulled to that person. That is more noticeable with a lower stability. So if you're not feeling that and you feel like even your primary shots aren't being fluid and on the head, that might be a problem with sensitivity. It's not the ultimate decider, but it's definitely one. So for reference, I snipe on 4 and I shotgun on 5. And then that keeps my primary at a pretty stable position.
Nice.
What do you run, Arrow?
I run sensitivity 8.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I have a friend who runs 10.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I've tried to lower it down because I've heard, we were just talking about this in Discord, you know, all of the excellent snipers out there will say you need to slowly bring your sensitivity down. Probably. There's a few that don't. And I tried it. And I just have success on 8. It used to be 9, so I did go from 9 to 8. But I don't know. I have success with it. What are you at, Cyborg?
I run 3. I used to run 5 or 6, I think. I bumped it down. This was a long time ago, but I went to 4, and then I brought it back down to 3. And I don't even change it for close-up stuff or shoddy or anything like that, because I personally have a hard time adjusting to the change, so I just leave it. I just deal with the slowness.
I used to play on super slow settings in other games, and at some point my buddy kind of showed me that he played on fast settings, and I loved it. And then, you know, as I've mentioned many times, my favorite loadout has been NLB shotgun. So when I get my shotgun out, being on 8 sensitivity is amazing. So well, let me ask you, Bones, I don't know how much you've messed with NLB, but if you were running NLB shotgun, what would you do? Since I've never really heard someone switch their sensitivity depending.
I'd probably keep it on 4. I feel like I would still want a shotgun slower rather than snipe faster.
I gotcha.
I guess is where I'm coming from there. But yeah, I definitely know. It's not necessarily like you gotta go slower, but just move it one or two notches and then decide how it feels. And if you feel like your headshots are landing on your primary and you still want to move a little bit more with your shotgun, bump it up a little bit. Yeah. It's just about finding the spot rather than just, you know, leaving it on whatever you click.
It's just crazy what people are comfortable with. We were having a discussion in our Discord this week about inverted and non-inverted, or some were saying normal and inverted, that argument. But we're actually joking around about having some sweats next week where all of us switch our axis and just have a good laugh.
That would be
I like
disaster.
It's gonna be hilarious, but it's just crazy what people are comfortable with. I would love to see some of the streamers do it, but see video of people actually their hands using the joystick, just to see. It's crazy, just the slight movements some people want to make, and then the extreme movements some people want to make with their thumbsticks. I don't know, it's so interesting.
Yeah. So to answer your question a bit, Ted, check your sensitivity out. If it's high, if it's anything 5 or above, give it a shot. Trying to bring it down, I think, is what Bones is recommending.
Yeah. Don't worry about someone coming up on your left. That's a positioning issue, and that's just about awareness. If you feel like you're getting blasted on the side, it just means you need to check your left and right more often.
All right, we've got Davis, Big Daddy Davis 99. He wants to know, are jorts out of style, or are they making a comeback?
Well, jorts are shorts, and shorts are comfy and easy to wear. So I feel like they're always in style, and that's my
Oh
answer.
man, you're gonna have some great supporters in our Discord then.
Yeah, if you ever want to talk about jorts or other completely random things not related to Destiny, swing by our general chat.
Yeah,
I need to
Yeah,
pop
you
in
should.
there. I'm actually going to make a
we'll
plan.
send you an
to do that.
invite.
We got another one from Necessary Evil. Good old Necessary Evil. He says, "Love some Bonesy. If for some reason you never picked up Destiny, what would you see yourself doing?"
That is a real tough question. I don't
You
know.
have to answer in less than 5 seconds and only 2 words.
Okay. More improv.
Okay, there you go.
I feel like my improv team misses me because I am tired all the time. Play
Nice.
video games
Yeah.
more often. I'd probably just do that. It's my other favorite hobby, and I'd probably still be playing Witcher and maybe some other shooter I found. But yeah,
Do you think
Inside
you would
Bones
be?
info.
I was playing a lot of Destiny before I did a podcast.
Do you think you
so
would be
it's always
a
been-
Call of Duty MLG Pro no scoper 360?
You know what? I'm not very good at Call of Duty. I feel like at this point, I might have invested in Halo and see
There
what's
you
up
go.
there. I really do miss Halo.
Got one from
Yeah.
the co-founder. He says, hypothetical dream custom match. Who is on your team, the opposing team, and what are the weapon stipulations? There's a lot,
Boy.
yeah.
Yeah. Weapon stipulations. I like the pretty standard basic sweaty rules, which are no exotic armor, different subclasses, and then like no suicides. I like that. There's all these stuff with the tournaments now, like no luck in the chamber. Use whatever legendary primary you want with luck in the chamber or Hawkmoon. In terms of teammates, I don't know if I could pick who I'd ultimately want to play with, because I'd need to know if they have chemistry and if I can keep up with them and play well. So I would say that, I want someone who can comfortably push, and maybe one player that can snipe on each team, like a good sniper. So that would be, 2 players that can shotgun and move up quick, get into position, and one player that can snipe and can cover the flanks and stuff like that and keep an eye out on everything. I feel like two shotguns, one sniper versus each other is maybe my ideal entertaining matchup. In terms of players, man, that's maybe too hard to answer.
Yeah, that's a big question.
All right.
I feel like there's a voice impression that should go along with this next one, Cyborg.
I could try.
Just make
Yeah.
up your own.
John Lowry, Voodoo Kid, says, real question, new phone, who dis?
It's Swain's go-to response when he
I
gets
think
hate mail.
everybody saw that
Someone
post
insult
on
him.
Reddit, and now it's a thing.
So
Yeah.
good.
That is great, man. Oh, man.
But wait,
All right,
who
all
is
right.
this though?
Oh,
Who
yes.
dis?
Who dis?
Some
Some scrub
scrub.
that needs to trash talk, man.
This weekend, everybody's supposed to be sending positive messages to get that free
Yeah.
Rise of Iron, right? Swain and Fallout.
There's more, actually. I don't know if anyone knows this, but I think he's picking. Well, this comes out Tuesday. I think he's picking today.
Ooh.
There's quite a few, so I think it's been going really well, though. There's a lot of people out there sending messages.
That
And
was such a cool thing.
I've sent some GGs this weekend, and I've got a few GGs this weekend. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
It's a
Good feeling.
good thing they put together there. Nice.
Maddie Misfit at Maddie Misfit. He says, "What's your most dreaded subclass / weapon loadout to see on the opposing team? Bone versus boneless wings, or bone in?"
I actually like boneless wings. I feel like they get a lot of.
Oh, I love boneless
They're
wings.
easier to eat. I don't like getting my fingers messy. I can't touch food that's like my weird thing. So I like boneless. Eat them with a fork. I don't care. You can judge me.
I'm just boneless, man. I can't do like the sauce all over your face. You know, like apparently if that's what you eat, that's the only way to eat them too.
And you guys are some Yankees.
Right, yeah.
Jeez. All right.
Dreaded subclass weapons loadout to see on the other team. You know what? I have a tough time fighting Night Stalkers, good Night Stalkers, because, and it sort of depends always on what I'm running. I think there's weird pseudo counters to certain things. I feel like hunters have such good verticality, and then with the smoke, they can keep you stuck on the ground and be 20 feet up in the air instantly, and that's really tough for me. So if there's a great Night Stalker out there, it's definitely a challenge for me. And to be fully honest, I have trouble adjusting to Universal Remote. I've been doing a lot better this weekend, but back on Timekeeper, someone was using Universal to great effect on me, and you realize that they can even cover you at a distance, and you can't push them because they'll take out their shotguns.
Yeah.
So that's been my main goal of adapting, is to know to bait them out and say, you come to me and I'll melt you down with Plan C and some primary fire. I'm not going to get close to you, and I'm definitely not going to peek my face out while you sit.
It's got some surprising range.
Otherwise I'm ready to go. Bring it.
I have a question. Can we make pseudo counter the new buzzword?
Pseudo counter. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's counters out there. It's tough to nail them
But the
down.
pseudo
I think they
counters,
exist.
that's the thing.
That's the one that requires a little
Yeah.
more work on your end to make it
right.
happen.
Here's the last one we'll finish off. This is probably the best. The real Sit wants to know which memes are the dankest.
Which memes are the dankest?
The dankest memes.
You know what meme I liked a lot that I saw? It was the caption just said, "There's no such thing as a perfect politi," and then it trails off, and right below that is a picture of a dog wearing a little hat and a button that says mayor. And that was the best thing I've seen in a long time. There's no such thing as a perfect politician except for a dog as
I can
mayor.
get behind that.
The dumbest things make me laugh. I'm serious. The internet is both the worst and the best place.
It's true. We have to deal with both sides of that.
Yeah.
We've done pretty great with some random Dirt Fam questions here.
Yeah.
Oh, these are fun.
From
I love them.
jorts to memes.
George memes. That's how it goes.
My favorite
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, man.
Beyond that, I will say that if anybody has any great jorts pictures, it sounds like Bones would be
Oh, my
happy to
goodness.
receive them.
Send me
what is
the
it?
jort
Crucible
shots.
Radio
That's the next-
gmail.com? Is that right? All right.
Yeah. Send them to that. We'll put them in our folder for pictures of enchiladas we started getting spammed with a few months ago.
What?
For some reason, enchilada photos just streamed into our inbox. We have them in a separate folder.
Will you do me a favor? Will you tell Swain for me that hot dogs are not an effing sandwich?
I'll tell him that.
And he
I
can
will.
come on
I
and
will.
talk.
I'm
We
glad
can
you-
talk
I'm
about
glad
it
you say
face to
that.
face. I'm issuing a
All
challenge.
about that.
Make that the segment.
I know that he is a
debate.
chef, but I have real beef with that.
Not all chefs are that smart.
Oh, I'll remember you said that. All
I do
right.
love his
We fight
random,
about that still constantly.
food pictures, though.
Yeah.
Those are always nice.
Yeah.
Before we get too off track here, I got to kick you out of here, Bonesy. We got a show to finish.
Oh, that's fine.
We got to kick you out because we've already went, about 10 minutes longer than we told you we would.
Yep.
But
I know you got
it's been
some
a good
hotties
sport.
to go
I
hang
just
out
get-
with tonight,
we all,
right?
We all just get chatty. We love talking about
Yep.
Destiny, right? It's an awesome game to discuss, even if there's stuff that drives you insane. Even if you tilt and can't get to the lighthouse, you still come back,
Indeed.
right?
Yep. Every day, not even every week.
Every
Every
day.
day. I leave, rage quit, and come back.
The same night.
All right, Bones. Say goodbye to the Derp viewers.
Later, Derp. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's
Where
always a
can people
pleasure.
find you?
Yes.
Check out crucibleradio.com. Everything is there. Or follow me at bones_CR. Definitely check out this last week. It came out yesterday as opposed to when this came out. More on tilting, more on your mental game with sports psychology. Steve, a fan favorite. He can do this better than I can. Tell you exactly how to stay in the right zone. So
Definitely
it's a good episode.
check
Very
that out.
nice.
He's been on several times, right?
He is
I
the
enjoy
best.
Steve
Right?
a
He
lot.
is just. He's so cool.
He's the man.
Awesome, man.
the man.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, dude.
Of course. Thank
We
you.
got to
fellas.
make it sooner than later between this one and the next one, my friend.
All right.
Deal.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That was a lot of fun. I didn't realize, like you do, Cyborg, we were going to hit on some life lessons.
You know, there's always something to learn from those around you if you just listen.
Just listen and observe. That was a lot of fun, dude.
Yeah, it is. Bones is always a great guy. All the cats over at Crucible Radio are fun to have on our show.
Check out their show. I'm sure you have already.
Yeah.
Crucible Radio.
If you're itching for more, go check out crucibleradio.com. Before we take over. How about that time?
It's the time.
It's that time.
Some Derp Fan Feels.
The Van Feels time.
Don't forget, guys, search hashtag DerpFam on Twitter, and you'll see what we're all talking about.
Or you'll see some people in California
Yes.
that co-opted Derp Fan for some reason.
And the co-founder and holding court seeing that and
Oh
even
my
tweeting
gosh.
them welcome to the family I was laughing
I
out
couldn't
loud, dude.
figure out what the acronym they were trying to insinuate
know.
though was.
I know I didn't either because they went from like just
It was like a guy that works in the planning department of a city.
I just don't know where I guess maybe like us, they just randomly did it because they all of a sudden had Derp Fam
Yep.
hashtag next to some other hashtags.
Sounds great.
We can share.
We're trending.
We can share.
Yeah, we'll share. Well, again, by popular demand, we have a return to update you. If you haven't been in Discord this week, here is the short version.
The Twid.
Twid this week in Discord.
Hello, Guardians, and welcome to This Week in Discord, Episode 2. This recap is about anything and everything related to chatting on Discord. If you love chatting on Discord as much as we do, then you're in the right place. On Monday, Pokemon will kill your battery. Early morning gun talk. The Beast was in Greece. A new clan with a new name. Always trust your vandals. Everyone gets a scuff. Bruh is still going strong. Electrician school opened. Polite Canadians all around. We think Tear Bear is Chuck Norris and he was catfished. And another language lesson happened. On Tuesday, flawless raid attempts. There are other games other than Destiny. Everyone gets teabagged. There are 950 Dirt members. The plural of Moose is still Moose. Tower minigames are needed. Arrow Knight is both Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Old consoles made a comeback. 90 songs made a comeback. Hashtag SOCOM vets. Beavers running OP. Nintendo nostalgia. A wild chef Slarty appeared. And Terry, let Shet Package go, man. On Wednesday, some actual Destiny talk. More OP Beavers. When are we going to hit 1,000 Dirt members? Surf Style. Randy Savage. Meat Snacks. Raid Hype. There is a 0 in my name, damn it. Sexy Bears. Avoid the void. No one has a clue about anyone's talking about anymore. Got Turkey had an incident. What is phrasing? There are so many Canadians here. Derp Fam relationship drama. Derp Shorts got leaked. We made a lullaby. Arrow Knight almost was banned for self-promotion. There are Derp Fam lawyers. Cyborg has an ant problem. And the Black Spindle's truth hurts. On Thursday, Honcho never sleeps. There was a beaver fix. Jay Howard versus the world. Vanquishes Sweat Stroll. A Phoenix rises. Patrol and Tower Carriers. Return to the Playground Games. 414 for President. Scumbag Brian's Revolution. Hellcat 914 is a savage. Drink until you puke and don't tag the admins. I'm gunning for Arrow Knight's job. There was tattoo talk. Derp Fam girls have gone wild. Derp Fam food was invented. Sming 250R stays in parties for too long. Zala supercells were farmed. Arrow Knight's jokes are too OP. Derp Fam hashtag was stolen. Kitchen pizzas look exactly alike. And the Derp Fams revealed their cat photos. On Friday, there are so many new faces. Derp charts galore. Des Raven's name got dropped. I don't even nade. Inverted sweats were invented. Nerds call handguns hand cannons. There were more charts. There was more analysis. We can change subjects 16 times within 30 minutes and hold 7 conversations at once. Holding Court has daddy classes. We all have real guns. We all have real knives. And cake forks need a nerf. Is your control style arrow or non-arrow? Do you lance a lot or do you lance a little? If you say SOCOM 3 times, Arrow Knight will appear. K-West is the best West. Movie trivia is the new Derp Fam minigame. Hangover cures for drunk raids. Tear Bear is the only bear that snorts when he laughs. And remember, kids, reload your touch of malice or you will touch yourself to death. That was your week in Discord.
Thank you, Mr. J. Howard, for your attentiveness to Discord this week.
They're so funny, man.
I didn't get to spend much time in there, so it was actually kind of fun listening to what went down. And
Yeah, I think you made it in like 3 times on the last
I know,
tweet.
I was only once this week.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's all right. It is funny to hear, man, because I even we miss stuff throughout the day, and it's just like, what? Because it's just short little abbreviated versions of what actually happened. So it's
Right.
like, what does that mean?
It's always some great conversation happening there. If you haven't joined the Derp Fam, we encourage you to do so and jump into our Discord and have fun every day with all these
Yes.
people that are within. We're growing quite a bit, and Discord's getting bigger and bigger, but it doesn't mean that there's not a lot of great people in there that you can talk to.
Yes, this is general chat that we're speaking of.
Yeah,
with
there's
these.
several other rooms for more.
There are Destiny channels, guys, and Destiny chat does happen in general from time to time.
It's true. It's true.
Well, let's roll right on to our usual Speak Pipe shout-outs, our Smooch Pipes. I don't know if we've called it that in a while. We've got
Smoochy.
Jay Francie Skates answering his challenge. Why don't we take a listen to that?
All right.
Good day, fellow Dirt fam. Jay Francie Skates here, responding to the Speak Pipe challenge from Mr. Deadly Teddy, aka Fredly Smedley. Thanks for the shout-out, brother. I love you, man. I was hanging here in a coffee shop with some jazz in the background. It's raining outside. I'm kidding. That was a recording. I just want to be cool like Teddy and Fugly. You get to hang out together and record Speak Pipes in cool places. So thanks, Arrow and Cyborg, for making this such a great community. I've never been a fantastic gamer, but just someone who loves having fun and connecting with people. I couldn't have imagined a more perfect place and a more perfect fit for someone like me. The Dirt Fam for me has been a safe place to fail, ask seemingly stupid questions, ask for help, ask for advice, be myself, while all the while finding some truly amazing people who are just awesome across the board. Finding that type of community in this broader online gaming community, I feel like it's pretty incredible. So some call outs, and I'm going to miss some people. A big thank you to Xantos, Big Red, Darth Hall, Die Beast, Dookie, Fugly, Gerald, Highway, Milks, Joe Havoc, Joe Meaden, Teddy, McFly, Roving, Scorio, Snatching Panda, Thaden, TX Andyman, Typical Jared, and And finally, Michael Moore. I'm calling you out, buddy. Thanks for being crazy enough to want to try this Rise of Iron raid blind with me when it drops. I feel like what started out as a wild idea has turned into something awesome in a group of guys raiding together who are truly incredible. Appreciate you, man. You've been challenged. Take care, Dirt Fam.
Jay Franzie, first of all, if you had not stopped the music, I would have totally believed you.
Yeah, he had me too, man.
But Michael Moore, you have been called out, my friend. Michael's a pretty cool guy to play with too, and I'm happy you joined the fam. So you're up next, buddy. I hope you're listening. Jump on speakpipe.com/Destiny Reset and answer your SpeakPipe.
In 90 seconds or less.
That's right.
We have another one from Mrs. Forson Stone.
Let's take a listen.
Let's do it.
Hello, fam. I cannot even begin to express how wonderful this clan is. I have never had such a good time gaming, let alone had so many amazingly wonderful people to game with. I would love to give a shout out to all of them, but I only have 90 seconds, so here it goes. I would like to start by thanking my husband, the Berg012, for giving me this opportunity. I joined the clan in January during a very difficult time in my life. Our son passed away in December, and I have used gaming as an outlet. So many of you have helped us get through some seriously tough times and didn't even know it. There is no way for us to express how thankful we are. This clan means so much to us, and we are so thankful that Arrow and Cyborg created it. It is great to know that if I need another fire team member or help in the game, there is almost always someone willing to join. I don't consider myself a great player, but I have gotten better, and I hope to continue to do so. I'm always up for some PvP, PvE, or a raid. I have been lucky enough to be on some really great raid teams and always have a blast with them. I'm going to end this with my nomination of Brother Elijah, aka Brolige, for the next SpeakPipe challenge. I wish I could hashtag a masterclass, but I love playing all my characters, so I can't just pick one. Thank you all for being such great people and making me feel like part of the fam. I look forward to playing with more of you.
Thank you so much for sending that in. We appreciate it. We love the husband calling out the wife. That's a great angle there. I like that.
No doubt.
We are really, it's so cool to hear what the fam means to you guys. That is some stuff definitely that you've went through beyond imaginable. So just to hear that the fam helped out, distracted, if you will, through rough times is very, very cool. And that's what the fam's all about.
Definitely.
So, thank you, Derp fam, for being so awesome.
Absolutely. Now, Brother Elijah, you have been called out.
Yes.
You're up next, buddy. And we got another speak pipe from Mr. Ace57. We got a bunch this week, man. We got to get through these. Mr. Ace57 sent a speak pipe. Let's take a listen real quick.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say great podcast again. Jay Howard, that was great, buddy. And I also wanted to say that the Derp fam, thank you for being so great, including me. I can't describe how welcoming it is to be in the group. I'm relatively new, but today was just great on the Discord, and I haven't even got on to Destiny and had a conversation with a lot of you because I'm still pretty new, but the Discord was amazing. What a great fam. Thank you, both of you, and thank you to everybody that's in the Derp fam. Just incredible people. Yeah. All right, guys, thanks. It's Ace57, by the way. Thanks again. Oh, yeah. Warlock Masterclass, by far.
Ace57, thank you for the speak pipe.
Warlock Masterclass.
Great to hear. Yes, I know. But also, he's got both of us here, man, because I had some nice long conversations with him about SOCOM.
Oh, God.
So, he's a warlock, but he loves SOCOM, so it's all good.
Well, at least you got somebody to talk to about it. I don't have to hear about it.
I had to post my SOCOM Zipper Interactive tribute on my old YouTube channel just so he could see it.
Nice.
I know you'd be interested to watch
I don't know what that means.
Fall asleep. Anyways, thanks for that speak pipe, man.
Yeah, definitely. And then we've got one more. Finish it out from Mr. Soldier on Music.
Hey guys, Soldier on Music here, a new Derp fam member. I just wanted to reach out and let you know how special the Derp fam is. It's really a great community. Joined this week and within 2 days had my first Oryx hard mode finish. Thanks to Cuckoo Kachu, Mikey Blast, also known as Milky, Sniper Viper, Bent B, and who am I missing? Gene. Thanks so much, guys. It was a really great experience. Before the Derp fam, it took me forever to find a group, and when I could, the folks didn't seem, really interested in playing as a team, so I never got that finish. And literally, I think we finished it in about 3 runs. I think we wiped 3 times and then just beat it. And that was with some lag problems. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for putting together such a great community. I'm glad to be a part of it, and hopefully it just grows from here. Can't wait to see what the next sub clan is, and really looking forward to getting that up as my on my avatar as a gamer tag. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, Soldier on, man. Thank you for the speak pipe. I'm so glad you joined the fam and that you found a place here and are having a lot of fun now. Pretty soon you'll have that Osiris tag. Don't worry.
I'm so glad all these Guardians are joining the fam, dude.
I know, man. We're growing like crazy. We are approaching
for another sub-clan.
We're approaching a big milestone of 1,000 members pretty soon here.
I remember when it was like 150.
Yep.
Not that long ago.
Yep.
We have a shout-out, guys. This is a big shout-out. 2 B's. TWOBEEEZ. He's on Xbox One. He's in the Derp fam, and he would like some help getting to the lighthouse. He needs a good fire team to run with. So, Derp fam, help out our friend.
Yep, he's in Discord, so hit him up.
Same username.
He's been a great friend to the show and to the fam. could use some help. Hit this man up, fellas. All right, we've got an email. You ready for this?
I'm ready, man.
All right, it's from Cameron, a.k.a. Lucas. Subject, a long time awaiting, Dirt Fam feels. And he writes, Howdy Dirt Fam and all its members. I write this feeling like I should have already done this quite some time ago, but you know, better late than never. My name is Lucas Naujolks, and I have been jamming out with the DRP fam for quite a few months now, joining up in September 2015. I have to say this has got to be the best community for Destiny, hands down. Over my time here, I have learned to raid, learned new PvP strategies, and found amazing people willing to extend a hand to somebody they don't know. This clan has helped me tremendously, and I can't thank all of you for making it is what it is today. And I mean all of you. From Cyborg to Arrow to all the people joining today. My story of getting my PS4 in Destiny is a long one, and I don't think anyone wants to hear me ramble on about it for a while, so let's just say it's a miracle that I still own a PS4 or Destiny. I digress. People in the clan may know me for my 3 claims to fame, all being with the Dirt family. The first being that I was top 90 in the world on PS4, with assists per game on average in Destiny. Second being that I was the Lucas that was shot during a peaceful dance party in Iron Banner. Hashtag somebody shot Lucas. And thirdly being that I smack-talked Arrow Knight in my first Iron Banner with the clan before I knew who he was. It had to do with me saying something along the lines of, Hey, Arrow Knight, I hope you're a masseuse because my back hurts carrying you all game. Or something like that. My bad. I feel I should apologize for that even if you forgot. I have much gratitude towards everyone here, and I can list off a few names if you don't mind. So he writes, Noppity, Boggs, Holden Court, The Businessman, 24, Meeser Yessie, Got Turkey, Bent TB, Burning Wing Zero, Joe Mead, Matty Misfit, Mint Shows, The Black Arrow, Palix, so I think is how he says it, Abon, yes, and many, many more. I actually feel bad that I'm not taking the time to look up all the names that have helped me along the way. As well as a big thank you to you, Arrow and Cyborg, for making this whole community possible. The impact you cats have made has been so substantial I don't even think you realize it. I guess that's all I really have to say. If anyone in the clan on PS4 plays Destiny or Overwatch, hit me up, PSN, Lucas, spelled LUKASNAUJOKS. Lucas Naujos. I'm always down to run a raid or run PvP with anyone who needs help. Regardless of how new you are to the clan, look me up and I'll try my best to help you out. But on the real, big shout out to Nopity. This dude got me into the clan and played hundreds of hours of this game with me. I don't know if he still listens to the podcast or not, but I should call him out. He's my boy, and I hope him and his family the best in life. Thanks for reading through this whole thing. You're welcome. I have issues with writing out stuff in a good order, so it may sound like I jumped all over the place. Until next time, auf Wiedersehen. Can't pronounce that. Auf Wiedersehen. Yeah, I'm not going to read that.
You did well.
Auf Wiedersehen.
They're challenging you, man, with these pronunciations.
Dude, I really think they do. Lucas. P.S. Jade Rabbit Masterclass. Jade Rabbit, best gun in all of Destiny. Jade Rabbit is life.
I think you've worn him out, Lucas.
Guys, my tongue is tired. I'm sorry. I can't do this anymore. You're up.
It's finally been done. No. All right. Next one is not too long. It's from Jeff, a.k.a. We're not going there. As I sit here in this stall peering through the hole of glory, I am reminded that there is a world where scores are settled and battles are won, and a king annihilated. Many guardians led me down this path of righteousness to which I found the Dirt Fam. A shout out to Scorio70 for bringing me into the ilk. Arrow Knight, Cyborg, Sasquatch for creating this epic community that even my first day have been welcomed with open arms. Happy to have finally arrived.
All right, man. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the name Jeff.
Jeff. My name's Jeff.
Hello. I'm Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. All right, Jeff. This was a fun show.
We may be on the verge of breaking a record here, man.
Nah, bro. Don't say it.
No. It's going to be over 2 hours.
We'll see.
Well,
where can people find you, Arrow Knight?
You can find me on Twitter at The Arrow Knight, and YouTube and Twitch is Arrow Knight. How about you, man?
You can find me in a club. No, you can find me at Cyborg Sasquatch on Twitter and on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cyborg Sasquatch.
Cyborgio.
Lastly, you can find both of us at Destiny Reset on Twitter. Come by and give us a follow. You can always keep up with us over there, what's going on in Derpland. And then last but not least, you can find us on DestinyResetPodcast.com for all things related to DRP. If you want to watch us on YouTube, if you want to subscribe, I would highly encourage that. Let's do this again. I want to remind everyone how to join the Derp Fam, because that seems to be a top popular question. So here you go. Go to DestinyResetPodcast.com. Find the Bungie icon. Click it. It's going to take you to our Bungie.net group. Join the group. You have to do that first. Once you've joined the group, go to the forum. The very top of the forum, you will see a post that will lead you to Discord. And you're free. And you're the Derp Fam.
Man.
End of story.
That sounds exciting.
All right.
Everything you need is there.
It's all there.
The family is waiting.
You can have everything you ever wanted.
We
reason.
also thank you for the iTunes reviews. We do have a new one.
Awesome.
J Lewis 1. J Lewis 1. Thank you so much.
Thanks, J Lewis 1.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate that, guys. Anytime you leave us an iTunes review, helps us get in front of new listeners, which is wonderful because we like bringing new people into the Derp Fam so they can hang out with you. You
This wonderful
cool
positive
SOBs.
place. As I say positive place, you call them SOBs.
I said they were cool SOBs.
Oh, I forgot that descriptive word. I'm sorry.
You're welcome.
I like that.
All right.
All right, dude. This is a lot of fun, man.
Yep.
We're going to have those Crucible Radio
You
guys.
want
on more often.
to do this again next week?
Yeah, I think we can. We could try to fit it in.
All right, cool. It's a
Hopefully.
date.
That sounds good, man.
All right.
All right. Until next week, have fun playing Destiny and take care, Guardians.
Hey guys, it's me, Bones. I like boneless wings. Hot dogs are not a sandwich, whatever. I'm one third of the whole. Sometimes I tilt, whatever, I know you got sports psychology, it's cool. I like playing Destiny, whatever. Okay, bye.
That was pretty dang good, man.
Did it really sound like Bones? Because I don't know. I tried.
It actually did. There was one